In today's video, I'll be making a giant Jolly Rancher, an even bigger giant Jolly Rancher, and I'll be showing you guys the easiest way ever to make an edible fidget spinner out of Jolly Ranchers. Then I'll be spending an absurdly long amount of time trying to eat a giant Jolly Rancher. A lot of Jolly Ranchers in this episode, plus more things you guys dared me to do in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If we can get this video to 10,000 likes, I will super glue my butt cheeks together. You guys have been daring me to do that for a while, and I don't know if it's gonna get pulled off of YouTube or whatever, but if we get to 10,000 likes, it's happening. Now let's get this thing going. In today's video, I'm gonna be making the world's biggest Jolly Rancher because I have 12 pounds of Jolly Ranchers and a few giant silicone molds. So now it's time to get weird. In other words, welcome back to the cooking stuff that will definitely give you diabetes show. Doesn't sound so good. And neither does getting a bunch of cavities. But we're still making this damn thing. In addition to the cavities, I'm actually kind of worried about eating these. For some reason, I feel like it's gonna break my teeth. I don't know why, but I just have a feeling I'm gonna break one of my teeth while trying to eat one of these things. I might go for a licking approach. That sounded gross. A little unnecessarily gross, but I'm okay with that. That being said, I have about 1 million Jolly Ranchers that I'm gonna have to unwrap. This is gonna be no easy task. So if you can't already tell, we're gonna be taking a similar approach that we did to the Starburst video. We're gonna be using this mold and placing Jolly Ranchers in there very neatly, and then setting it in the oven for just a little bit, just to melt them all together. And then hopefully I can pop it out and we'll do some weird stuff with the Jolly Ranchers. All right, let's get started. Holy Christ, that is a lot of Jolly Ranchers. It actually worked out to be just over an entire 3-pound bag, which is going to be a god-awful monstrosity, and would likely give you the last sugar high of your life. So we're gonna put this in the oven in just a little bit, melt it down into a single Jolly Rancher. But I thought just for the sake of being realistic, I would use this mold to make some more mouth-sized Jolly Ranchers. Actually, that's probably way more than can fit in someone's mouth, but it's not quite enough to kill you. Therefore, I do believe it's worth making. Or I could just be wasting a whole bunch of candy. Either way, we're going to find out. So about to throw this giant masterpiece into the oven, or at least I'm gonna try to do that. I'm actually gonna bake this at about 220 degrees because I don't want this stuff to start bubbling and boiling over. And this will be my 3 miniature giant whatever they are. Now I don't have any idea how long this is gonna take, so I'm gonna watch it very closely. So it's been about a half an hour, and the miniature version of my giant Jolly Ranchers look like they're about done. However, my giant Jolly Rancher looks like it's just now getting started. Alright, well after about an hour of cooking in the oven, it looks like we have finally melted every single one of those Jolly Ranchers. Now I'm just gonna set it on top of the oven, wait for it to cool down, and then I don't even know what the hell we're gonna do with this thing. Next up, a lot of you guys have been asking me to make some kind of edible fidget spinner, and seeing as how I'm always looking for an excuse to use a blowtorch and eat candy, I figured this dare would be perfect. So as we all know, fidget spinners are the newest, coolest thing as of about 7 months ago. Now they're really tired and boring, but you guys are still daring me to do cool stuff with fidget spinners. And by that, I mean things involving candy. One of the most interesting things, in my opinion, that you guys have been daring me to do is try to make an edible fidget spinner, which I thought was impossible until we started melting all of these Jolly Ranchers. And now I'm thinking I might be able to work something out that could be to the benefit of everyone that likes Jolly Ranchers that also has ADD. Alright, let's see if this works. Oh, and by the way, it involves a blowtorch. So obviously this is not your typical blowtorch device, but it'll have to do. Oh my god, I cannot believe how well that's working. And like super fast too. It only smells like we're burning crack in here a little bit. Other than that, it's fine. It kind of smells like Jolly Rancher crack, which is the best kind if you know your crack. I think I've invented something that will give cavities to the world. So not only does this thing spin, but it also smells like melted plastic, so it's probably the perfect candy. It's a pretty good way to get all flavors at once, actually. To be honest, I do think that's kind of useful, and it tickles the shit out of my tongue. That's actually a really weird sensation. I think I might have got some plastic on that one. I definitely think I have the coolest fidget spinner out there. I mean, here's the thing, it's candy. It took me like 2 seconds to make this thing, and it works perfectly. And as I spin it, I'm not at all worried that the Jolly Ranchers are gonna come flying off or anything. Yeah, however, I don't think anyone's gonna be getting any schoolwork done with one of these things. That's awesome. I could honestly sit here doing that all night. I'm gonna keep this forever until I need to, you know, weld some more Jolly Ranchers to it. But until then, I'm gonna keep this thing. I think I just now got a sense for how weird I look while I'm doing that. And that being said, we'll be on to the next dare. For this next dare, I couldn't just make a giant Jolly Rancher and then not eat it. But that's exactly what I should have done because it's impossible. So my gigantic Jolly Rancher is finally done cooling down, and it took a really long time. This video has been a hell of a challenge to complete, but it's finally here. And it's not the exact right shape. One thing that I noticed while I was unwrapping about 1 million of these is that none of them are the exact same shape. They're all about the same, but some of them have like huge dents in them, and I don't know if that's because it melted somewhere else along the way before it got to me. So I'm gonna get this thing actually looking like a Jolly Rancher, or at least as close as I can get. However, obviously this thing is not going to fit in my mouth, and I don't think anybody really wants to see me sitting there licking on this thing for like 4 months, but it's literally just impossible to eat. However, these miniature giant Jolly Ranchers are just about the size of my mouth, and even though it's not as gargantuan as this one, I still think it's going to be really difficult to finish this thing. It's like the size of a bar of soap. I mean, I'm pretty sure that eventually I'm going to get to the end of it, but it may take a very long time. But I may have counted my chickens before they hatched, because I haven't even gotten this thing out yet. Oh my god! That's insane! Ah, it's like sharp. I think I just cut myself with Jolly Rancher. I'm not even kidding. This thing is deadly. If you look closely, you can actually see the individual Jolly Ranchers still kind of held their place a little bit. It definitely has a darker color, but I think that's just because it's so thick that it's letting a lot less light through, and that's what's giving it its darker appearance. If I hold it up to the light, I can actually see the whole way through it. But for some reason, I have the urge to just wrap this thing up. I don't know why, but I just want to see what it looks like. I mean, it kind of looks like a giant Jolly Rancher that a weird guy made in his oven on YouTube. Well, that was fun and kind of stupid. I do plan on putting this on display and offering it to everybody that comes over to my apartment for the rest of my life. To be honest, I don't really know what to do with this thing now. I mean, like I said, I can't eat it. While I would like to, realistically, that's impossible. And I currently don't own any camera that could even shoot for 5 days straight if it was possible. Honestly, I think even breaking it with my fist would be pretty damn difficult. It feels so solid. It's completely rock solid. But I'll leave it up to you guys. Other than eating it, what should I do with this thing? Let me know in the comment section. Whoever has the most creative response will decide what happens with my gigantic Jolly Rancher. But as for the miniature giant Jolly Rancher, I've already decided what's gonna happen with this thing. It doesn't even fit in my mouth. So if I can recall correctly, this is actually 15 Jolly Ranchers. But what it is now is just a solid block of pure sugar, which is actually kind of what it was before. But just now it's a bigger one. All right, now I'm gonna find out how long it takes for me to eat this entire thing with no chewing. Alright guys, here it goes. My lips and mouth are really sore right now, and it's just painful, and I'm only like halfway through with this thing. It's been like, I'm gonna have to check the footage to find out, but I think it's been about 2 hours or something like that. I can barely move my mouth. My tongue is basically numb, and it hurts to move my mouth. I feel like I'm a Sour Patch Kid. I fucking hate Jolly Ranchers now. I swear, this challenge was so surprisingly difficult. I actually thought I would breeze through eating this thing. It's impossible. And that being said, we'll be on to the next dare. Guys, in the meantime, I'm always up for a good challenge, so make sure to leave me your dares in the comment section. Make sure to like the video. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and bell me for notifications. It's the best way to stay up to date with the videos. If you'd like to connect with me after that, I have all my social media linked down in the description. And as always, I'll be seeing you guys in just a couple days with a new video. Alright, thanks guys. Bye.